Dawn, I am so looking forward to this conversation. Thank you so much for being here.
Oh, I appreciate you, Wendy. It's so nice to meet you.
It's very fun. I love already what we've been talking about before we let anybody listen to us. And I have all sorts of questions for you, but
Okay.
I do want to just revisit that topic a little bit. We were talking about perfectionism, but and
Mm-hmm.
how it was we were not experiencing that with we're
Right.
having some tech issues, I'm having some natural lighting issues,
Yes.
all of these things. And there are so many opportunities that could serve as an excuse to keep us from what we're being called to.
Right.
And I love that we can acknowledge what we wish were different. We can acknowledge that your tech issues don't affect me negatively and it doesn't matter. And you could probably not care any less about what
Yes.
my light is doing right now.
Right.
But how we make that sometimes in our own minds
Mm-hmm.
so much bigger than it is and feel like everything needs to be exactly the way that we want. Ooh, this is interesting. I was going to say everything needs to be exactly the way we want it,
Mm-hmm.
but what came to me as I was saying that was we want everything to be exactly how we want it to be perceived by the other
Oh,
person, right?
yes. Yes.
That gave me a little chill.
Yes.
Received, message received.
Yes.
Yeah, like why do I want perfect? Because I want you to see that. I want you to
Yes.
see what yeah.
To
Whew.
think that, oh, this is the way I look 24/7.
Yeah.
Yes. Of course it is, right?
Right. Well, you
That's
look
what I want you to
fantastic.
think, but oh my gosh, that is far from the truth.
Yeah. Yeah. So how are you? I mean, I have a question I ask everybody at the beginning, but not today.
Okay.
I will ask you later, but I'm interested in this. How are you interacting with this conditioning that we were all raised in that, and you are from the South. So like I'm from California, so I don't even have you got to look like
Right.
you got to be in full makeup before volleyball practice and all of
Right,
those
right.
things. Like I
Yeah.
didn't experience that.
Hmm.
So how are you interacting with perfectionism?
Well, I think, let me just say, when I
Please.
started on social media about 10 years ago, a little less, social media, YouTube, things like that, I really thought, okay, I'm going to talk about makeup and skincare and fashion. And so I have to look good every time I get on camera. And then I thought, well, that's so not realistic. So then I started gradually, for instance, in the when the weather is warmer. Um, in the middle of summer, it is, I live in the South, I'm in Tennessee, and it is disgusting here in the summer. The middle of June, July, August, our humidity is often over 90%.
Right. I live
And
in
so,
Massachusetts. Yeah. We're at
yeah,
about 800%. It's
right,
ridiculous.
it's disgusting.
Yes.
And so I will go for a walk in the morning, and then I will usually like get on my social media channels in stories, the really quick little stories that you
Sure.
do, looking disgusting. And then I will say, I just finished a hot, sweaty walk because people need to see that.
Yes.
Once a week, since again, this is what I do: makeup, skincare, fashion, things like that. Once a week, I try to schedule a day where I don't put on makeup. That way, I'm not tempted to go, oh, I need to record this. And
Right.
so I do a no makeup day. I'm sitting all day long on my computer, on my phone, and I'm working. And then I will always get online and do a Facebook story or an Instagram story and say, "Yep, today's my no makeup day. Here I am looking like death on a cracker." And it is what it is.
Right.
And so many people say, "Thank you."
Yeah, for
I
sure.
don't want anybody to think. I mean, hello, I'm 58. So
Well, you look amazing.
well, thank you. But people
I
say,
am
"Thank you."
57 and a half, so I'm breathing down your neck, queen.
Right?
Yep.
And people need to say, this is what I look like when I leave the house, when I make a video, but I don't leave the house 100% of the time looking like this because, again, it's not realistic.
Right.
If I go to a workout class, I will get on usually before or after and just say, "Hi, what are you doing today? Tell me what you've got on your agenda today." See, I live in the South, so I'm fixing to go work out. And they can see me. So I want to immediately have people feel comfortable and know that this is normal.
Right. And
So,
within that, and we can edit this out if you would prefer not to answer this question, since I've known you for 9 minutes.
right.
We're going deep. Um, how how does that play out for you personally? Like when you are feeling like, wow, okay, that could have been better. That could have been different. That should have been, I should be doing this. What is next? How am I supposed to, like I totally understand and appreciate how you are inviting your community
Mm-hmm,
to not focus on their perfectionism. But
mm-hmm.
I'm interested also just to know like how you are soothing yourself when because we have these voices, these thoughts that are, all right, what's next? Bigger, better, faster. Let's go. Let's
Right.
go.
I think I hate to sound cliche,
No, don't.
but I
You're good.
really think that truly with age comes wisdom.
Yeah,
And we really do not only let ourselves off the hook, but we
totally.
let each other
Yes.
off the hook.
Yes.
Before we started recording, you said you had a little mishap with the scheduling with someone else that you were going to talk to. And my immediate thought was, "Oh, I've had that happen and it was probably a mistake." In my 20s, I would have said, "Well, she clearly blew you off."
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
But now in my 50s, but also in my 40s, I go, "Oh, God bless her. Something must have happened.
Totally.
I'm sure it wasn't intentional. I'm sure something happened," because it's easier for me now to say life happens
Totally.
to all of us.
Yes.
It may not be mind blowing or traumatic to me as it was to her, but that doesn't make it any less convenient, inconvenient.
Right.
So I think we're better able to do that. I wish I was able to do that in my 20s. I
Right.
wish that I could see Wendy somewhere at church at the grocery store and she doesn't say hi. And in my 20s, I would have thought, "Well, who does she think she is?" Now I think, "Oh, I hope she's okay." Because I know I
Right.
didn't do anything wrong.
Totally.
Not in a vain way. I just know, well, I know that I haven't seen her in a while and I know that I didn't do anything wrong. So, gosh, I hope she's okay. I should probably reach out to her and just make sure that she's okay.
Yeah. Yeah. There's so much beauty in a shift in perspective. And
Yes.
so much when we give other people the benefit of the doubt,
Mhm.
we get the benefit.
Exactly. Exactly.
It's so good. Okay.
Hmm.
How are you saying yes to yourself in this season?
I am, I'm saying yes to myself by realizing I still have so much more life left. Okay.
Yeah.
I want to give you an example of something that my husband and I came to a realization at Christmas. And
Okay.
it's kind of a broader example, but no less important. In our 50s now, our kids are grown. We still have a younger daughter that lives at home, but we have an older daughter who is married. She doesn't live in state. She has children. She has a job. And we have told her, if you want to come for Christmas and bring the kids, we will drop everything and make Christmas amazing. But right now, we get it.
Yeah.
You're young and you need to work. And we get it. But my husband and I came to the realization at Christmas that our kids are grown and we can no longer live in the Christmas isn't as good as it was when the kids were little.
Right.
Because I'm 58. I hate to keep bringing that up, but that was only 18 years of our lives.
Right.
What are we going to do for the rest of the years? We cannot sit here every single Christmas going, oh, Christmas isn't near as good as it was when they were young. So we started this past Christmas doing things for the two of us,
Oh, fun.
deciding what Christmas Eve was going to look like, deciding what Christmas was going to look like. What traditions are we going to do? And if we can spend Christmas with the kids, that will be amazing. But let's assume that we're not going to. What are we going to do to enjoy this Christmas? Because we can't spend the next 40 years going,
right.
Christmas is coming. We can't do that.
Right.
And I don't know if you realize that, but there are a whole lot of other people in the same boat. And we need to find them and bring them along with us and say, what are you guys doing for Christmas Eve? Oh, well, we saw the kids and we had Christmas with them on the 15th of December.
Right.
Great. So then you're free on the 25th. Okay, yeah. On the 25th, we don't put makeup on. We don't do our hair, but we do wear pajamas. Come over for breakfast.
Oh, fun.
Very and so fun. That's what we did is we're finding people who are in the same boat we are, and we're making new traditions for Christmas. So I said all that to say, I'm thinking, I can't keep thinking about what it was, what I used to do, how wonderful it was, right. How perfect my skin was. Right? What are the next 10 years, 20 years, 30 years going to look like?
Yeah. Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
And I love that it's not only a joint project with you and your husband, but you are looping other people in, which will have great ripple effects because then they'll tell two friends and they'll tell two friends.
Exactly.
And then you guys will all be irritated when your children have children and want to have Christmas at your house because you have plans.
Mm-hmm. Yep. As a matter of fact, my husband even said to me, he said, next Christmas Eve, I want us to go somewhere.
Oh, it's very fun.
We have a small farm, and so we rarely just leave for extended periods of time because then somebody else has to take care of our animals. So I said, you know what? Let's go to this really nice hotel in the area, and let's just spend the night. Yeah. Christmas Eve, we'll wake up, we'll do their brunch. I don't have to cook.
Right.
We'll do their brunch and enjoy it. We'll have Christmas, the two of us, and then we'll come home in the afternoon when everybody needs to be watered and fed, and we'll do that. So that's what we're planning.
Oh, that's so fun. I love that for you.
Yeah.
Who lives on your farm? Tell me about the farm.
We have sheep.
Oh, yay.
A little while ago, we have a 100-year-old house. That's where that 100 is coming. And but about 5 years ago, we moved into this old farmhouse. My dream was always to have an old farmhouse. So we are renovating it as things come up. And my husband always wanted farm animals. And he started with goats. And we realized that goats are like having 50 puppies.
Yeah, they're escape artists and acrobats.
Yes. And so we switched to sheep. And so we have sheep and chickens, and then we have giant rabbits. My husband likes the giant rabbits. And so Yeah, so we have sheep, and usually in the spring, whether we want to or not, we end up with a baby lamb that was rejected by its mom, and it ends up in our house for about 6 weeks in diapers and bottle feeding. And as we are talking, I have one right now. I have about 5 doors closed in between me and her because I know she's a couple of rooms away crying her fool head off at me. But yeah, we've had a lamb in the house every year for about 4 years now.
I might
And
need you to take me to her when we're done.
oh my gosh, she is precious. And so yeah, we have sheep.
I love that. I live in a antique farmhouse as well. It's a little bit older than yours. It was built in 1785. Yeah, it's old.
Yum.
And I had farm animals for a while, but my neighbor who actually grew up in our house, she raised Shetland sheep. So just beautiful. She passed a couple of years ago, but she enrolled my daughter was in kindergarten when the pandemic hit.
Oh,
So when school was canceled, Nan enrolled Amelia in farm school, and the first baby lamb was born that day. And that's how my Instagram started, as I was doing lives from Nan's farm because my
mhm.
friends were stuck in their apartments in the city and
Yes,
wanted to know what it looked like to be in grass. So it
yes.
was so fun. And
Hmm.
I see you in the glory yumminess of
Hmm.
that. And I am also glad to have fewer farm animal responsibilities because my fun holiday tradition when my daughter is with her dad is I go to Paris for New Year's Eve. Hi.
How glorious.
Oui, madame. Yes, and I invite women to come with me, and we stay at the Waldorf Astoria in
Oh,
Versailles, and it's dreamy and fabulous. And this is a year that she will be with her dad between Christmas and New Year's. So this is a year that we will be there again.
there you
So,
go.
so fun. It's so beautiful.
And
So,
I show my farm animals all the time on my social media. And I hear from women all the time that say, thank you so much. Because, like you said, they live in an apartment or they live somewhere in the city and they didn't grow up with farm. We didn't grow up with farm animals
right,
either,
either did
but
I.
they didn't grow up with farm animals, and they love seeing all of the animals. And I've got this little one just hopping through the house all the time, hopping, 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 wearing her diapers, and they love it. And I love it because
Right.
it just brings them something a little bit different than just makeup, just skincare, just fashion, whatever, just something a little bit different.
Yes, I love it so much. And, I'm assuming you dreamed of having this life. I dreamed of having this life when I was in California. So I love sharing my dreamy barn life with people.
Yes,
And
yes,
it is very fun.
yes.
So tell me, how did you get started? You have this beautiful community of faithful, loyal followers, and there's a whole lot of them.
Yes.
So how did this happen? Tell us some backstory.
Well, I got to the point where our youngest was, as you know, you get to that point where they don't need you as much. Obviously, she was still in school. Our youngest is 19. She's going to be 20 this summer. And she still needs me, but I got to the point where going to the field trip wasn't cool, mom. Coming
Right.
to the day where you bring treats to school wasn't cool anymore. And I
I
wanted
know.
something for
I'm there
myself.
now.
Yeah. I
It's
wanted
sad.
something for myself, and social media was getting a lot bigger. And there were some beautiful, beautiful girls. I can call them girls because of my age, that were sharing makeup and fashion and things like that. But I thought, gosh, I need something for the ladies that look like me.
Right.
And so I really started in an effort to find the women who looked like me. They were over 40, over 50, not perfect skin, age spots, wrinkles, dark circles, all of the things. And then I kind of transitioned a little slightly away from fashion to more makeup and skincare, um, and more affordable. So I really focus on just looking really good without spending a fortune. I always like
Fantastic.
I always like to say I'm your budget beauty bestie. So if there's something really good at the drugstore, I'm going to find it. Target, Walmart, that type of thing, because I don't think that we have to spend a fortune. And I think brands are getting better with taking stuff out of products that we don't
Mhm.
need and putting in ingredients that are more skin friendly and really good for our mature skin. And so, yeah, just out of a need for finding something for myself, and
Yes.
then also finding something for my friends who looked like me and wanted to look good at any level. I mean, clearly, we're on camera. So I did all of the things.
Well, it looks beautiful.
Thank you.
You look
I
beautiful, not it.
thank you.
You look
I
beautiful.
did all of the things today, but we don't do that every single day. And some women say to me, "You know what? I just don't want to bother with makeup." And I go, "Great. Okay, let's focus on maybe a tinted moisturizer or
Hmm,
a tinted moisturizer with sunscreen. Give you just a little bit of coverage, taking care of your skin, and you have SPF."
right. Okay. I love this
So,
because I do
so
not
we
wear
kind of,
makeup.
right. So we kind of focus on things like that for the women who just say, gosh, I just don't want all of that. So I'm constantly saying, okay, I found this foundation and it's skin friendly. It has
Hmm.
great ingredients in it. I don't ever want to say that I'm finding the perfect formula, because what you might want to stay away from in terms of ingredients might be
Sure.
completely different from somebody else.
Right.
And as we know, this year might be completely different from 2 years ago or 2 years from now, whatever.
Right.
So I say, let's find something that is your skin but better. It has great ingredients. It's really good for mature skin, and it's not full coverage, but it'll be terrific when you just want a little something.
Yes.
So that's what I try to find a lot of times.
I love that. And
Mm-hmm.
how long ago was this that you started?
Probably about 10 years ago, and it's changed. You know how we
Yes,
do.
of
You think you're going
course.
to focus on this, and then this happens, and then something really sparks. Well, like I said, moving into this farmhouse
Right.
was kind of midway now through my journey. And even the clothes that I wear are different,
Yeah.
because although we didn't really have ever have the opportunity to really dress up, I dressed up a little bit more than I do now,
Right.
but I wear a lot of jeans now,
Mhm.
and I love to wear jeans and a blazer, or
So cute.
jeans and a blazer and sneakers.
So
Um,
cute. Well, right,
because
because we're wearing hunter boots all day long every day.
Right. And I say, and I never know when I'm going to have my husband come out to the back door and go, Dawn, you need to come outside right now. And I'm like, oh,
Exactly.
heck. Okay. Well,
Take off my ball gown and I'll be right out there.
yes. Let me get something that can at least kind of sort of get dirty, because I never know when I'm going to go out there and I'm going to help some
Yep.
sheep give birth or something. And
Yep.
occasionally we'll get done with something and my husband will go, oh, do you think you can wash that out of that? I'm like, I think so. And
Right.
and sometimes I'll go, no, but it's okay because these jeans came from Target. So
There you go.
it's all good. No big deal.
Wow, what a giant shift in your life.
Yes. My husband and I say all the time, if 10 years ago someone would have said to us, okay, now can you imagine that in 10 years you will have, a whole herd of sheep, and you'll be in a farmhouse and you'll be out in the middle of nowhere that sometimes internet's good and sometimes it's not so good. And you'll be, probably having a lamb in the house, jumping around the house. My husband and I would have been, oh my gosh, there's absolutely no way that that would ever happen. Like, whose life is that?
Right.
So, but here we are.
Fun. And
Yes.
how did that happen? Like, how are you? I mean, I know how it happens for me. It's just one beautiful yes after the next, and really spending time in the morning. I have a morning practice, and that's where I'm committing to
Mm-hmm.
my relationship with God
Mm-hmm.
and leaning into what is next and what
Yes.
is coming. And
Right.
that's where all the good ideas come. And
Right.
of course, when I'm in France, lots of good ideas when I
Lots of good
travel.
ideas.
So fun. And so obviously I know my process. I'm really interested in yours and how this unfolded the way that it has.
Sometimes, like you said, it's those unexpected things that present themselves, and you think, okay, this feels really good. Like I could really see this working. Do you know? I think sometimes we want something so badly, whatever it is, and we don't recognize roadblock after roadblock after roadblock is God, I usually say, saying, I don't think so. You may be chasing this big, fancy, shiny thing, whatever it is, but I'm saying no, but sometimes there are little roadblocks, and you go, oh, I can make this work. And then it works, and you go, okay, I think this is the way we're supposed to do this. You know, my husband, for instance, when it comes to this, my husband wanted goats. He's always wanted goats. And it wasn't working out well because, like I said, they were escape artists and we loved them because they had so much personality.
Yep. But they're
But
naughty.
the what?
They're naughty.
They are very naughty.
Hmm.
They are very, very naughty. And so finally, we just said, you know what? If this is something that we want to do on a regular basis, we need to switch to sheep and let somebody else raise goats, thinking, oh, they're so cute. It'll be so fun. We're like, good luck with that. So we just switched to sheep, and it has been great. It's a lot of work. My husband and I will joke, and he'll say, you know how you do, you say, oh, I love you more, and he'll say, you have sheep, don't you? And I'll say, I let you take care of them, don't I? So,
Great.
but sometimes it doesn't even matter what it is. You just have to recognize sometimes those little things that just present themselves that you see, well, I didn't even see that coming, but I really think I could do that. I really think I would enjoy that. And sometimes it means trying something else before you realize that that's not the thing,
Right.
but I need to look at that thing over there. You
Sure.
know,
Right. It's the contrast.
it is. Sometimes you have to get in the door, walk in the room to realize that's not the room I want to be in. But I think now I have a better idea of what the room should look like
Right. Right. And we
that I
have
should be
those,
in.
yes, we have those experiences and we're just gathering data. We're getting
Mm-hmm.
feedback. We know. And sometimes that room, it used to be the right room.
I don't think enough people realize that. I don't think enough people understand that there are so many seasons. And if you don't think that there are seasons, have children
Say more.
because your children are not in diapers all of their life.
Hmm.
That's a season.
Hmm.
They're not in school all of their life. That's a season. So the next season or another season is when they're not in school or they get married or they move out. That's a whole other season. And like I said, back to my example to Christmas is when we have to recognize okay, it's not that life isn't as good as it once was. Now it's just different.
Right.
And just like you had to make potty training good, you had to make elementary school good, middle school good. You had to find the good in those times when your kids were in middle school. Now you have to find the good in this season of now my kids are out of the house.
Right.
What is this going to look like? I have to make some good out of this. If not, the next 40 years are going to be miserable. So
Right.
I have to make some good out of this,
Yes.
even if
And
it's just taking little steps. It doesn't matter what it is. It
right.
doesn't matter what it is. It could be going to a workout class. It could be joining a book club. I could be making that sound very elementary. It could be taking a class, whatever. You could go, you know what? I'm going to take a pottery class and get in that pottery class and go, oh my gosh, this is so not in my wheelhouse.
Right.
But I see this really fun class over there that I never would have considered. Had you not taken that one step to go to that pottery class, you never would have seen that other one.
Exactly. Right. And it doesn't make the rooms that we used to belong in, they aren't wrong. We've just
Right.
outgrown them.
We've outgrown them. That's exactly right.
Yeah. And that's okay.
Yes.
There's grace in that. And
Yes.
it can be unfamiliar and uncomfortable to make those changes.
Mm-hmm.
And, I think a part of it is, and we talk about it on the podcast all the time, is we're saying yes to ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
And that can feel scary because does that, like, what about all the people that I will not be saying yes to if I'm saying yes to me? And
Because I think friendships are that way also.
for
I
sure.
think we carry a lot of guilt with thinking, gosh, I used to talk to Wendy all the time and I don't see her anymore. I
Right.
hardly ever see her. That doesn't mean that I don't love Wendy anymore. That means she was really great when I worked here.
Hmm.
And now we don't have that in common anymore. That doesn't mean I don't care about her. That doesn't mean I don't love her. If she needed something, I would be there for her. But now I'm over here raising sheep
Right.
and I need a friend who understands, this. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
And
Yes.
so sometimes friendships, jobs, changing churches, things like that, they're all they're all just different chapters. Doesn't mean
Right.
the last chapter was bad. It just means you're moving on to the next chapter.
Yeah. And that there is so much grace that we can show ourselves in those transitions
Yes.
and that we can show to the other people.
Mm-hmm.
You were talking about Christmas earlier, and it just was reminding me of this tradition of Christmas cards. And like, I understand
Mm-hmm.
where it came from.
Mm-hmm.
And I used to be, like, I sent out like
Hundreds.
175 Christmas cards that were
Yes.
all like hand lettered envelopes and like
Mm-hmm.
all the things. And
Mm-hmm.
we're like start picking the outfits for I mean, even
Right.
before we had Amelia, it's like the dogs are in it.
Yes.
Husband number one. Like I've been doing this for decades.
Right. Right.
And since my divorce, I did send out a Christmas card
Mm-hmm.
that first year with just Amelia and I. It's
Mm-hmm.
like, okay, a picture's worth 1,000 words,
There
but
you go.
here are a few to
Right.
explain why there are
Right.
fewer
Right.
people in our card. But it's been interesting because in the years since, it's only been a few, but I'm in a different phase of my life. And in retrospect, the last 3 years, it's been a bit of survival mode. And without, like, I wasn't feeling like, to me, survival mode sounds like, oh, I'm so sorry for her. Like, that
Right.
sounds really hard
Right.
and scary. But I was, Like now it's me. I'm in charge. I run this
Hmm.
farm by myself. I run this business by myself. I do all
Hmm.
these things by myself. Like I got to get after it. And
Right.
there are only so many hours in the day. And the Christmas card situation was not a priority.
Right.
And it's interesting because also, if I'm posting on Instagram all the time. So
Right.
if it, like there's plenty of pictures, so it's
Hmm.
whatever. But it's just interesting to me, like as I receive the cards, which I
Hmm.
love. I love getting them.
Right. I love
Like
them.
I've
Yep.
started like just responding to those and with love notes. Um, but it's interesting all this to say these friendships that they just move in and out of
Yep.
our experience.
Hmm.
And I think we get to ask ourselves, okay, what am I doing out of obligation?
Hmm.
What am I doing out of habit
Hmm.
that is really not a desire? It's actually something I'm tolerating.
Hmm.
And do I like, and being okay with that?
Hmm.
And being okay with not sending 175 cards explaining how I will not be sending 175 cards, like
Right.
just letting it be.
And here's another, you know, paradigm shift for that.
Mhm.
If someone is listening and they go, but I love the Christmas cards,
Awesome.
there's so, first of all, awesome. Then do it.
Yep.
Take something else off of your list. But if you're saying, but I love them and I love getting them, and if I send one, then they will send me one because although I don't see Wendy all the time, I want to see pictures of her kids and her dog and her all of that. You know what? Who says that your family letter be has to arrive at your friend's house by December the 24th? Why can't it be your mid-year yap and you send it by the 1st of July every year? And you start out with, this would have been a Christmas card had I mailed it 6 months ago, but I hope you had a great Christmas and I hope you're enjoying your summer. This
Right?
is what's been happening. And now here's my address. So if you send Christmas cards, I would love to see you and your family in a Christmas card. And you send it in the middle of the year instead of in the middle of the Christmas. Blah,
Chaos, right?
right?
Yeah.
So you
Yes.
send it, they got it, they feel love, you feel love, and you're not as hurried sending it at Easter or Labor Day or
Right.
Memorial Day or whatever
Right.
you want to do. It doesn't have to look the same as everybody else's.
Right. And we just have alternative ways of communicating now
Mm-hmm.
that we
We
didn't
do.
have decades ago when Christmas cards were necessary.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
That's
Like,
exactly right.
so it's just, I think it's just one of those things that can be a quiet way of keeping me in a place I no longer want to be.
Right.
Like it's just it's an energy leak. Like
It
I don't
is.
need to send them.
Mm-hmm.
And
Right.
and nobody cares. Like
Nobody cares.
nobody cares. Like I'm the one that's making a big deal of it and
Right.
even giving this much airtime to it. But
Mm-hmm.
I think it's just a really easy thing to say,
Mm-hmm.
hey, is this something I want to keep doing?
Right. If the world ended tomorrow, would that be the first thing I would regret is not sending Christmas cards
Right.
to 175 people?
Yeah.
And
Right.
that's when I always think about like having stuff and we collect all of the stuff and whatever. I always think, okay, if the house were on fire, or let's just take down just a little notch, say I had to evacuate my house for whatever reason, is that going to be the thing that I'm going to make room for in my car, knowing that everything that I own is going to be in my car? I'm thinking not.
Right.
I'm thinking that cutesy little trinket that I just got off of Amazon is not going to be the thing that I'm going to make sure has room in my car. So that's kind of a lot of the times I always think, oh gosh, would I grab that in the event of an emergency? I don't think so. Well, then I don't need to buy it. So that's
Yeah,
how I think of things like that sometimes
right. I mean,
too.
there's just yeah, all sorts of questions swirling around about
Yes.
what we're tolerating and why. I think, we are in a season of intention
Mhm.
and of um recalibrating what's in service and what isn't, and what we really want and what is no longer necessary. And
I think sometimes saying yes to yourself, we think about saying yes as bringing something in.
yeah,
Sometimes it's letting go of something.
totally. Yes, yes. And 2025 was a year of shedding a lot of stories and physical items for me
Hmm.
that are not in service, and
Hmm.
practices. And
Right.
um, coming into my life after
Hmm.
shedding a lot of those things is just having me recalibrate as I come around the bend of
Right.
new, like, oh, well, this is my first summer without those things that I thought I didn't need, but
Yes.
wish I had right now.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, it's all very fluid,
It is.
which is
It
good.
is. Yes.
Okay, so sorry, we got off way far
That's
from
okay.
beautiful skincare, but
Fun conversations do that. It's
I
okay.
do want to know, because as I said, I do not wear makeup. I
Okay.
never have. My mom didn't wear makeup, and so I never learned how.
Okay.
So it's like prom and weddings, like that.
And
Multiple
then you
proms and
panic.
multiple weddings. Someone
Right.
did my
And then you
makeup.
panic like, oh my gosh, I haven't done this. What do I do? Where do I start?
Right.
Exactly.
I hire somebody.
Yes, there
Um,
you go.
yep. But but word on the street is I'm not getting any younger. So
Yeah.
which is totally fine. In fact, I was watching a commercial. I think it was an Oil of Olay commercial, and they were saying, oh, what did they say? Like some chemical,
Okay.
like is the, oh no, 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 no. Oh shoot. Fine lines are the number one cause of aging, like or something. And I was like,
Okay.
what? Like that's no time. Time is the number one
Time.
cause of aging. Like what?
Right?
I don't I don't understand what they're
Right,
saying.
right.
But I love that I'm aging. I
Yes.
love it. I love that your forehead is really beautiful and has no lines on it. And so I just stare at your forehead when I talk and not at mine.
Well,
Um,
just don't look
and that's
here
fine,
because
right?
all of this, where other people have it here, mine is shifted here. So we
Ah,
all have it somewhere.
which is totally fine. And I
Hmm.
don't want to pretend that I am not 58. Um, because I will be 58 when this airs.
Hmm.
Um, but I do want to take care of this
Right.
beautiful organ that's all over my
That's right.
body. So, what are your suggestions for us aging beauties? What do we need to pay attention to? What do we need to look out for?
Well, I think one of the things that I recommend in terms of skincare in the morning,
Mhm.
find something with vitamin C. You want to wear vitamin C during the day.
Okay.
I know sometimes it can be hard to keep it all straight. Think of when you think of vitamin C, you think of orange juice, you think of sunshine. Sunshine is during the day. So you
Yes.
wear vitamin C during the day. Peptides.
Okay.
Peptides are another big buzzy word. You can wear peptides on your skin before, in the morning or the evening. And at night, wear something with retinol in it. Retinol helps with the fine lines, it helps with the discoloration, it helps
Mm,
with texture and things like that. So think of vitamin C and retinol as kind of doing the same thing, but they're on opposite teams.
got
So
it.
you want to keep your vitamin C during the day and you want to keep your retinol at night.
Perfect.
And then
Okay.
one of the other things that I really like is when you wash your face at night, try to find an exfoliating toner.
Okay.
There are some pricey ones out there. You're looking for something with a BHA, beta hydroxy acids in it. And one of my favorite, I like it affordable. So
Yeah.
one of my favorite affordable cleaner brands is Naturium.
Okay.
Naturium makes a fantastic toner. So you could easily just wash your face at night, put that Naturium exfoliating toner on a cotton pad, and it's beautiful for kind of shrinking those pores a little bit,
Okay.
helping with the texture. And then you can just apply your skincare and go to bed. So I do love vitamin C during the day, retinol at night, add some peptides. And then if you want to add your moisturizer or a moisturizer with SPF, you could absolutely do that. Um, One of the other things that I really like is I like an under eye hydrating mask
Ooh.
every morning when I make coffee. Right now, I change a diaper for a lamb and then
Right.
I make coffee. While I'm drinking my coffee, I put a hydrating eye mask underneath my eye, something with vitamin C, something that is nourishing but also hydrating and can plump that under eye for the day. Does that
Brilliant.
make sense?
It
So it's
does. Thank
delivering
you.
skincare, and I'm using that every day in addition to whatever else. But that's kind of my little treat for myself, starting off the morning with coffee and that hydrating under eye mask. And there are a ton of them out there, and you'll find some that you like or that you don't like. But there are some great ones. I mean, even just on Amazon, they've got containers of them that you get 60 eye masks. So, you use two every time. So it'll last you over a month or so. I love those. I love those.
Fantastic.
Hmm.
Okay, I have a silly question
Okay.
for the novice. What is the purpose of toner?
Toner is just to kind of close up your pores a little bit and to, you're kind of making sure, first of all, one of the things that toner does is it always just kind of makes sure, just in case you didn't get everything off of your skin when you
Okay.
washed your face. But also, it usually has some really great ingredients to just kind of close up your pores a little bit so that whatever you do after is not going to soak into all of your clean pores and things like
Oh,
that. But I
interesting.
love that BHA, that Naturium exfoliating toner, because it's gentle exfoliation. You don't even feel it. It doesn't tingle. It doesn't hurt. It doesn't burn. And it just helps with the texture and the fine lines and everything. And then just prepares your skin to use to do your skincare.
Fantastic. Thank you. When
You're
I used
welcome.
to, when I'm like buy all the sets and all the things,
Right.
the toner was always still half full and
Right.
everything else was empty. So I
Mm-hmm.
clearly have never understood the
I could see that.
process,
I could see that, which is
right?
another reason to get one that's a little bit more affordable. So this one that I'm sharing with you from Naturium is under $20. And that one bottle, if you're only using it at night, will last you for months.
It's so great.
Yes,
I have really sensitive skin, so I get nervous about trying new things. Even I
absolutely.
had some under eye cream,
Hmm.
and after a couple of weeks, it started making red
Hmm.
dots. So, so I appreciate all of the suggestions
Yes.
because I
Yes,
just,
definitely. If you get sensitive, make sure that it says fragrance free.
oh, okay,
We tend to think, oh, it must be too strong. It must be this. It must be that. Most of the time, obviously, I'm no expert, but most of the time it's because they have fragrance in it. And that is
interesting.
usually what's going to irritate your skin more than anything else.
Okay. Well, you
Hmm.
are totally the expert compared to me. So thank you for that. Thank you. And
You're
we
welcome.
will link that product and
Yes.
everything.
Hmm.
But yeah, tell us anything you want us to know.
Okay. I have another tip for makeup.
Hmm.
I get a lot of messages from women who'll say, okay, your foundation looks beautiful. What are you using? Mine doesn't look good at all. And I always, well, I'm gonna back up just a second
Yeah.
and say either foundation or concealer. They'll
Okay.
say, my foundation doesn't look good at all, or my concealer, oh my gosh, I'm in my 50s now and I need a new concealer. What I was using wasn't working. And I always say, are you using a color corrector?
Hmm.
About 2 years ago, okay, so I've always said that once you turn 40, like every birthday is a new surprise. Where, not like when you were 6 and every birthday was a new surprise. Like
Right.
they're not the same kind of surprises. And so about 2 years ago, I noticed that I started getting really red above my eyes.
Hmm.
And a lot of women I find my age or a little older have really dark circles. The dark circles for me are not as bad. It might be because I'm trying 100 different things of skincare all the time. It might be the eye
Sure.
patches. I don't know. But for me, it's not so much the dark circles as I'm very red above my eyes.
Okay.
Find a color corrector. You could go someplace like an Ulta or a Sephora and have them color match and find you a good color corrector. Okay,
Mhm.
I'm going to give you a little secret.
Give us a secret.
So people will say, well, how do you color match your foundation or your concealer? This is what I tell everybody. Go someplace like Ulta. Have them color match you to whatever one you want. It doesn't matter. Lancome, Benefit, CoverGirl, doesn't matter. Take the little bottle that they give you, okay, say, oh, thank you so much. This was such a big help. And now walk over to another brand, whichever brand you want, and then find a color that looks just like that.
Perfect.
Just because they color matched you doesn't mean you have to spend $40 on that foundation. So go to some place like an Ulta and have them tell you, like for me, I'm lighter skin. So my color corrector is more of a peachy pink.
Okay.
If you're more of a medium skin tone, your color corrector to help with those dark under eye circles is going to be more peach. If you're darker skinned, your color corrector is going to be a little bit more orange.
Okay.
So find a color corrector, not that comes in 40 colors. Most color correctors will give you like 3 or 4 options, which is perfect. I always choose the one that's light medium, and you apply that color corrector above and below wherever you have the redness or the dark circles. A light touch, get that all worked in. You will use half as much concealer,
Perfect.
and it will make the biggest difference because that color corrector goes in and it cancels out all the redness and the dark circles. Then you're just using a little bit of concealer just to brighten that up and make you look a little bit more awake.
You're so cute. I
So
want everyone to go to YouTube to listen to this podcast and totally watch all of Dawn's work on
yes.
socials because she's so cute with her little tap 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 of her finger and you've got all the moves. Like you made me think I knew what I was doing. I've never done any of these
You do,
things.
and you're gorgeous. So
Well, you're
you're good.
sweet. My 12-year-old is the makeup queen, so I only know about Ulta because of her.
Right.
So she'll love knowing that
Okay,
and
good.
having that information. But thank you so much.
You're very
Please tell
welcome.
everyone where they can find and follow you, how they can get all of these fabulous tips, and tell me what I need to know.
Okay. I am on Instagram and Facebook at Just Doing My Best and also on YouTube at Just Doing My Best. And I am posting content all the time, every single day. And I love it when women come on and say, I listen to Wendy's podcast. So I'm saying hi. I love that so much. And I hope they tell their friends because I just think that I just want to be that friend to them that maybe they said, gosh, my sister never told me that, or my mother never told me that. And even if she did, gosh, growing up in the 70s and 80s, wow, makeup looks so much different then.
Yes, it does.
So I want to be that friend that just holds them by the hand and says, you know what, it's going to be okay. Just try this one thing right now. You don't have to do a whole face of makeup. Just try this one thing.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Dawn. We'll link
Thank you.
everything down in the show notes, but I
Wonderful.
really appreciate you. Thanks
I
for this
appreciate you.
conversation.
Thank you so much.
My pleasure.